Hi, my name is Christopher Tipton, and the topic that I chose for my research project was exploring the idea of how open and honest communication leads to conflict resolution. And really, the reason I thought to explore this in the first place was because I would frequently hear about the two mentioned together. About how, or I would hear examples of happy couples who would say things like, "Oh, the reason we're so happy is because we communicate honestly with each other." And I thought to myself that makes sense, but what didn't make sense to me is what or how the two are bridged together. How does open and honest communication directly lead to conflict resolution? So, having said that, my research question for this research project is how does open and honest communication lead to conflict resolution? And really, the reason that I chose this research question was that it was relatively simple, yet kind of allowed for a broad uh, field of research. Like there were a lot of different ways of looking at it that I could find out, which leads me to my method of how I researched this question and got the answer for it. So, what I started with was looking at 10 different sources of literature about conflict resolution kind of in general and of course open and honest communication in general. And these sources were from communication journals, they were found on databases, so they were very good sources. And what I found from each of them is that in one way or another they did support the idea that yes, open and honest communication leads to conflict resolution. And um, after this, I wanted to kind of collect data from real people. And this is a topic that really is kind of personal. So because of this, I really couldn't do a massive survey or mass interview kind of. So what I had to do was, or what I ended up doing was interviewing six of the people that I was closest to, and um, and I asked them, excuse me, I asked them 10 different questions relating to the research question. And I basically interviewed them where they felt most comfortable being interviewed. So for the majority that or for most people that was, at their house. And the people that I chose to interview were my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my two best friends. And I think that they made very good candidates for answering these questions because I know them very well. And because of that, they're going to give me respect and give me honest answers. And that's another thing that I was worried about with doing a bigger kind of survey or bigger method of data collection was that I wouldn't get genuine answers. So because of this, I went with just people that I knew. And it's really it's really not like the biggest sample size or representative sample size, but there were very good, high quality answers. And after I did get these answers, I analyzed them. I kind of looked for differences and similarities, anomalies, and I wrote them down. And after that, I talked about kind of the shortcomings of the study and kind of the description of some of the findings, some of the more kind of important ones. Each person gave a very good and very valid answer, but at the end of the day, some kind of stuck out more than others. So those were looked at and those were put directly uh, into the essay. So so although not everyone's was shown in the essay, the very important ones were, and at the end of the essay there were all the different questions that were listed out just for reference. And of course, after this, um, the result that I found to the research question was that yeah, as a matter of fact, open and honest communication does lead to conflict resolution. This was proven through the 10 different sources that I had. It was proven through the six different people that I interviewed with the 10 questions each that they each gave an answer to that directed me to believe that, yeah, open and honest communication leads to conflict resolution. And of course, there were slight variances with age or life experience. Like, for example, My parents, they kind of gave more concise answers since they have a bit more life experience, as well as my friend, because she's been through a lot, so she kind of was able to give a good quality answer or good quality answers. Whereas people that had a little less life experience, like my brother, sister, and other friend, they kind of gave slightly more immature but nonetheless valid answers. So, but every one of those and the sources that I found led me to find that open and honest communication does in fact lead to conflict resolution. Thank you.